Hello, hello, fellow diamond painters. I hope you can see this. I'm not sure. Uh, it's DP Crazy Lady. And it is 10:48 p.m. It's still Thursday. It's still December, and it's still 2023. I thought I would go ahead. Someone had suggested, how about a WIP SIP? And I do have some coffee sitting over here. I figure I'll get on here and see how long it takes for you to get bored. Anyway, I laid down after supper, which I had chicken burgers, a tiny bit of canned yams, and a little bit of hominy. I can't have a whole lot of it. There's a lot of carbs in both of those items. But I had those, and I tried to diamond paint, as you can see. At least I think you can see some of it. I'm trying to see if I can get you lined up better. Okay, you can see that I've started some. At least I hope you can see it. There, you can see that I've started. And I got so tired that I said, you know what, I've got to lay down, And I laid down, I passed out, would have slept longer, but supper was about 5:30, and I think I fell asleep at about 7. And of course, the puppy yipped and yipped and yipped at 9:30 and woke me up. I'm telling you, try to wake up when try to walk when you're that tired, and try to take the puppy out. Like I said, I don't have a fenced-in area, and I can't trust him to be in the yard without a leash. And I have one of the big, long leashes. I mean, long. It's not a retractable, but it works. And so I staggered out, took him out, and thought, you know what, I'm up. I've got to straighten up my kitchen before my mom comes tomorrow. For some reason, and I know it's not just me, how many of you know that your table has become a giant magnet? Your kitchen table, dining room table. It just, everything and anything seems to just like get sucked right over there. And anyhow, okay, it seemed like forever to kit this up. I told y'all earlier that I love kitting up. That's one of my favorite things. And sorry, Diamond Art, but Diamond Art, you have made it awful for me. Every single stinking bag was static. I mean, there was so much static going through these drills that I thought I had bought Mexican jumping beans instead of drills. It was you'd open the bag and they would jump out. They were everywhere. I mean, it just, and yes, I did put in, the fabric softener sheets, pieces and everything in these, but they're awful. It was pathetic. I mean, I had them jumping on me, you know, in the air. They were jumping in the air, and oh, it was a mess, and it just took the enjoyment right out of kitting up. But I finally got it kitted up, and got started, you know, on this little bit here, doing all the 310s right now. Trying to think of different things to talk about. I mean, it's hard. I guess that's, you know, when I do WIP and SIPs, it's like, okay, what do we talk about? What do we, you know, discuss? One thing I'd like to know is that anybody, just out of curiosity, because I haven't done so yet. I came close, but I didn't. I thought you know, it was with the that Tiger in the Embers that I had gotten through Dreamer, and being that it cost so much, that's one of the reasons why I didn't throw it away. But has any of you ever done that, where you've bought a painting and it's not that it's not your taste anymore, something, because you would say you just got it and you started working on it and you enjoyed it and everything, and then something just clicked, you know, or a switch went off instead of on, and every time you looked at that painting, you just, you know, you didn't want to touch it. Have you ever thought of, or have just said, that's it, chucked it and thrown it out? Now, I won't do it. I won't throw it out because it costs too much, and I'm not wasting my money. I will diamond paint it eventually. You may hear my daughter. She's got a big mouth. She's on her computer, and she's got a headset on with a microphone, and she doesn't know I'm in here doing a video. So if you hear her laughing, yelling, screaming, she does gaming, and she can't hear herself as to how loud she is. So if you happen to hear her, I'm sorry. The puppy is laying next to me under a blanket, asleep. Why he does that, I'll have no idea. You know, he'll drive me crazy at odd times. But anyhow, getting back to that, have you thought about that? I mean, me, if it came down to it, I would just give it away. You know, if I knew that my niece would paint it, because I'm sure she would. But right now she's going to nursing school and working, so I doubt if she even has the time. But she loves diamond painting. She really does love that. So I'm hoping you can see this. I really am. I can't tell. I tried to run it on my TV so I could see what you're seeing, and it's on the TV. It's in the complete opposite direction that I'm videoing. So, and I always, that's the first thing I do after I videotape before I even upload it, is I watch it back, because I don't want something that's not viewable for my subscribers. That I cannot handle, because I can't handle watching something that's real narrow, skinny, or upside down, or sideways, or something. And there's a program that my daughter downloaded for me, that if what you recorded is not in the right direction, you just put it into this program and it flips it in the right direction in a matter of a minute or two, no matter how long your video is. So I make sure I watch every one of my videos. And let's see. Oh, yeah, and like I had said before, my mother is coming over tomorrow. I already know what she's buying me for Christmas, because I keep telling her don't buy me anything. I'm going to be 72 years old. And yeah, she'll probably bring me 2 gifts, one for Christmas and one for my birthday. But I keep telling her, Mom, don't buy me anything. Don't get me anything. You know, I don't need anything. And but she feels like because, you know, I help her out through the year with groceries and other things and stuff that, you know, she wants me to, you know, she wants to like pay it back or something. You know, I don't know. I told her she doesn't have to do that. But anyhow, I couldn't think of, you know, she kept saying, tell me what you want, please. I need to know something. What, you know, give me an idea. Give me what, you know. I said, I don't need anything. And then I was talking to my daughter and I said, well, doggone it. I said, I know I need a coffee pot, a coffee machine, not a Keurig. I can never say it right. Keurig. Because I had 2 of them. The first one quit working, and we turned around and invested. Oh, I hate this. Invested in another one, and 6 weeks later, it died. I said, this is, you know, and then they're wasteful. You know, I was tired of, I mean, those cups are expensive. So I thought, well, I'd like to have a regular coffee pot, you know, like a little one. Not an expensive coffee machine. I don't need something fancy. You know, like a 4-cup or a 6-cup, something like that. Even a 2-cup is fine. Speaking of coffee, I'm going to have my sip. Excuse me. Oh, that is so good. I'm sorry. I got to stay awake now, I'll tell you. But anyway, and coffee doesn't do that to me. It doesn't keep me awake or put me to sleep. Either way, it doesn't do it. Probably built up a tolerance after all these years. Who knows? But anyhow, I told her, and I told my daughter, I said, well, I'll just tell her that then. If she can find one for, you know, she can go to Ollie's where they have refurbished. It's a warehouse. You know, they're factory reconditioned. A lot of things you buy in your stores like Big Lots, even at Walmart, different things like that. They'll have different things that are factory reconditioned. And they have the same warranty, the whole thing. I told her, you know, go to Ollie's, which is one of the places we have, and she can probably get one for like $12, $15. You know, a coffee pot, coffee machine. Because every once in a while I do like to have a brewed cup of coffee, and it would be nice. Plus, I could use it to brew the coffee, let it get cold, and make my own cold brew. So, anyhow, so I suspect that's what she's bringing over here tomorrow. And she kept asking, what's your daughter want? Well, you know, what's my granddaughter want? I said, she don't need anything, Mom. You know, she don't need any more books. She's got plenty of books. You know, we've got plenty of bath products and everything. And speaking of bath products, in our family, because we only had the one son, we only had my brother, he always got stuck with the perfect Christmas gift every year. Soap on a rope. It was a running gag. And we used to get some of the craziest soap on a rope that we could find, you know, and it was always, he never knew when, you know, what package it was going to be in, or what, you know, what it was going to smell like, what style it was, anything. And it never failed that toward the end of getting those soaps on the rope, that the rope started, I don't get that, the rope started getting smaller, because he used to say, well, geez, you can hang this around your neck, you know, and you won't drop it. Well, they started making the rope smaller because it was made, basically, there she goes, going loud again. they were made basically to hang, you know, on the knob, you know, or the shower thing, you know, so you wouldn't drop it on the floor. And by the time he got it, you know, toward the end of us buying them and, you know, the running gag, he says, well, what am I supposed to do with this? I can't even get it around my neck anymore. He said, I just, you know, it isn't going to work. But we used to buy that for him every year. And I just thought it was funny. That's soap on a rope. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. Any of you ever had any of that? It's, to me, it's like a gag. Then you want to talk about gag gifts. I remember in the 70s when I was first married, and we went over to Christmas at his family. And his younger sister at that time, I think, was about 10, 12, somewhere around there. And for that Christmas, she got a pet rock. And she just thought that was, you know, fantastic. And, you know, all she kept talking about was, I got to get some clothes for this pet rock. And it would have on the box, you know, you could teach your pet rock tricks, you know, it'll stay when you tell it to stay, you know, and it'll roll when you push, you know, all these little things. I mean, that guy who put that novelty out made himself a fortune. It probably cost him nothing but the box, you know, the wrapping type, you know, little case or cardboard box that came in. I never seen such crazy things. And my dad used to love to buy gag gifts or just gag toys. My dad grew up, of course, you know, in the Depression, and, you know, as he got older, it was like, man, look at all these weird things, these neat things that they have, you know, that he never thought he'd ever see, you know, electronic things, and, you know, just like your video cameras and your VCRs and stuff. To him was like, oh, wow. He used to spend, I don't know how much time at Radio Shack, and he would buy different things just to, you know, amuse himself, I guess. And he'd buy that what they call laugh in a bag. I mean, we'd be sitting there and he'd hit the button on that thing in this little black bag, and it would just start laughing and carrying. Oh, I mean, he just thought it was hilarious, and he scared his mother, my grandmother, with that. She's sitting on the couch, and it's at the she's at the end of the couch near the end table, and he's got this little black bag sitting there. It wasn't much bigger than what this, you know, I can't even tell which direction I'm in, but not much bigger than your tray, your drill tray. And it was, you know, a little black, well, I forget what kind of material it was, but anyway, that doesn't matter. He had it sitting there, and he's talking to her and everything, and he's always saying, what did she say? What did she say? You know, because as she got older, her English wasn't as good, and she'd be half Italian, half English, and she'd say something and start laughing because she was telling, you know, I guess a story, and my dad would hit that button on that little bag, and she couldn't see it, and she about slid off the couch because she couldn't figure out where in the heck it came from. And she said, so my dad, she said, oh, Henry, she said, you laugh funny, what is, you know, what's wrong with you? And it just, it was funny. I just can see her face. I can see her laughing. I try to think back on some of the Christmases that I had, and when you're younger, it's like, oh wow, you know, and as you get older, it's more commercial, more, you know, it I just don't want to go out there and deal with crazy people. I'm sorry. You know, we don't buy gifts anymore. I mean, I remember one Christmas, on Christmas, I told my mother, I said, you know, I don't need any, these drills, I'm telling you, are getting stuck on this. I said, I don't need, you know, any major stuff in the house and everything. I said, I need, you know, like paper towels and toilet paper and, you know, cleaning products and different things like that, you know, because I'd go down the list. And don't you know what I got for Christmas that year? I got paper towels, toilet paper, I got a scrub brush for the toilet, cleanser, sponges. Hey, it was a perfect Christmas. It was perfect. It's things I needed anyway, and it saved me from having to go buy it. I mean, you know, ask and you'll receive. Just get what you know, need. If my family, I remember when I was doing cross-stitching and things like that, I could never convince my family to buy some of the things I needed in cross-stitch at that time. You know, more of the certain needles, or more of a particular kind of material, or the threads and stuff, because they had no clue. They didn't know what it was, and so they never bought me any of that stuff. They never got me any of it. My ex's parents, now they did one year. They knew I liked to knit and crochet and back then, and they bought me a huge box. I mean, a big box of several different colors of yarn, so that I could just knit or crochet anything. That was a perfect gift, and I think the only reason why they did, his mom did, is she did crocheting. She would make Afghans, and so I think that's the only reason why I did finally get, you know, some yarn, or get something that, you know, was in my hobby. Like this with the diamond painting, you know, first off, my mother wouldn't know how to deal with a gift card through Amazon, unless they sell them in the stores now. I don't know. I don't look at gift cards. And they have no clue to go into like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or any, you know, any of those places and understand what diamond painting is. At least my mother, and probably my sisters either, because they don't, it's not their thing. It's just like my sister in California, you know, when she was out this last time for my stepdad, when he turned 100 a year ago, she was out, and she kept telling me, she said, man, she says, you know, I'm not a firefighter anymore. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start retiring, and why is it that you have always had, you know, she told me, you've always had a hobby, you've always had some kind of something to do. And she says, what do I have? I don't have anything to do. She doesn't have any children. She's got, you know, her cats. She's, you know, can do all kinds of hiking and stuff, which she loves. She still does that, or hiking and whatever else, Probably she really doesn't do much anything else. I don't know. But she kept saying she needed a hobby, you know, and she saw this diamond painting when I gave the one to our other sister, and she saw the ones that I gave to my nieces that were doing them themselves, and she thought she'd try it too. So my daughter directed her to the mandala that she wanted to do, and I guess she ordered it off of Amazon herself, and I have no idea how she's coming along with it. I don't know. My sister and I don't speak a whole lot, you know, and the one out in California, we don't communicate a lot. So I hear what she does about what she does through my mom or my other sisters when I happen to talk to them at a gathering. So oh, I don't know what else I'm gonna be doing other than this. And no, it's not going to take me just 2 or 3 days. I know she won't get it for Christmas, but she will get it before her birthday. Her birthday is in January. It's the 24th or 26th. I always get those confused. Or no, wait a minute. Hers is the 19th. See, my son's in February. His is the 24th. And my sister in California, hers is the 26th. So I always get those 2 dates confused. As far as my sister in Tennessee that this is for, I know hers is in January. I never remember the dates. I usually, if I send something, I send it within the first week or so of the month, and, you know, they get it beforehand. That's, you know, getting as bad as my mother, not remembering dates and times and stuff, and gotta be old age, y'all. I mean, my mother still to this day cannot get the year right that I was born in. And I said, Mom, that's fine. I don't mind being a year younger. You know, it doesn't bother me. You know, just shave one off. You know, doesn't matter. But yeah, in case anybody doesn't know, which I'm sure they do, I'll be 72 in about a week. And doesn't bother me. I don't feel 72. Maybe my brain does sometimes. But I don't feel 72. And I guess in today's lifespans and stuff, 72 isn't as old as it used to be. You know, with my mother going to be 90 next year and my stepfather turned 101 this year, hey, it's, you know, not that old when you think about it. So, then I have to figure out what the heck I'm going to make for dinner tomorrow. I am getting so tired of cooking. I mean, you know, I hate it. I mean, it's getting so tiring trying to figure out, you know, what you want to eat. I know what I want to eat, or I'd rather just like order it up, have them, you know, hire someone, tell them to cook for me. You know, I don't mind washing dishes. I hate putting them away. I don't mind doing laundry. I just hate putting it away. You know, and so it's figure out what I'm going to make tomorrow, and tomorrow is Friday. I always used to see Friday is like, okay, that's the day that you don't have to cook. You know, you say take one day off a week, and if you don't cook, you know, you get a burger, or you get, you know, well, I can't do that anymore for 2 reasons. One, being a diabetic and I have to watch my diet, and number 2, it's getting too expensive. I can't afford it. And what I might do is just make a couple hot dogs tomorrow, and I don't know, I really don't want to do something that plain, because then I have to think, what do I make with those hot dogs? You know, so I don't know, I'll come up with something. Maybe I'll do stir fry again. I do have broccoli and cauliflower in there. But I do have some sausage too, and I could always do a sausage roll up with those wraps that I have. And I have the lettuce and stuff. I could do that. So I'll have to decide. Nothing special for Christmas. No special dinners, nothing. I ended up, I think it was a week ago, I bought some chestnuts, which is what I always used to have when I was a kid with my dad. Chestnuts, smelt, and squid. That were the three things that, without fail, every Christmas at my dad's we had. Well, I haven't had any squid or smelt in 3 or 4 years. I did buy a little tiny bit of chestnuts this year, and they are so bad. They are dried out, rotting. A lot of them have rotted, by the time you buy them, and so you just you can't go back. You just got to keep it in your head what things tasted like, what they looked like, what they felt like, and let it go from there. And don't try to, go back at it, because it just isn't going to work. So, okay, I'm at 32 minutes, and I know I am running out of conversation, because now I'm definitely babbling. So I'm going to finish up this little black area here. Hopefully you can see it. Not sure, like I said, where the camera is located. I will see that when I watch it back. And so hope you all have a good weekend. This is your WIP SIP from DP Crazy Lady. And since you get this one, you may not get another one until, oh heck, I may do one Christmas Day. Who knows? And then if you feel like watching it, you watch it. It depends on how advanced, how far I get on this. And I have been watching on YouTube Barnaby Jones. They have all the seasons that's uploaded there. And I'm on season 1 watching it. I never did watch Barnaby Jones when it was first out. So now I'm watching it, and not bad. I'm enjoying it. So, okay, I'm going to go and enjoy the holidays. New Year's will be here, and like I said, 2024 is just on the horizon. Who knows where things go? Who knows? Well, have a good one. When this is done, I will be starting on the Chuck Pinson Autumn Bridge. And we'll see how that progresses. So, hugs. Hug your family. Communicate. That's your number one thing. Communicate. You never know what someone needs until you communicate. So, love y'all. Keep coming back, commenting. I appreciate it. Love y'all. And I'll see you, in a few days. DP Crazy Lady, I'm out.